They're running largely against Clinton, but it's pretty hard to determine. People aren't rushing up to me on the street, you know, trembling and wanting to get this guy. I think what we have to do is keep looking at his approval ratings, but the media has changed. There's no question. The media was very protective of President Clinton, and I sense now what you have characterized as a feeding frenzy. There is a lessening of defensiveness towards the president that is palpable.
Let me ask you before we go to a break. I mean, I'm here in the popcorn popper of Washington. Everybody's fixed on this. How about back there? Is this the only thing people want to talk about?
Oh, I can't say that, Tony, but it does come up because of its lurid aspects. Local talk radio talks about it quite a lot, and the one aspect of this that wasn't present.
Chairman Hyde, I'm going to break in for a second. We're going to have to take a break, so hold that thought, and we will be back with that and more after these messages.
My good friends, you've been hearing a lot about Clean Shower, the incredible product that makes the nasty job of cleaning your shower virtually a non-job. A light mist of Clean Shower on all the wet surfaces, even the curtain, will render your shower spotless. You don't scrub, you don't wipe, you don't even touch the cleanser. Now, the good people at Clean Shower stand behind this invaluable product. It is 100% guaranteed. Now, be careful of fakes, phonies, and frauds. Get the real thing. Get Clean Shower. Remember, they guarantee it.
This is WGBR News, Goldsboro's very own.
It's time for a look at local news. I'm Thomas Vick on 1150 WGBR. All eyes are on the Neuse River. Local Wayne emergency service officials are watching the rise of the river because of the amount of rain received this week and the forecast of the National Weather Service overnight. The county is under a flash flood watch. The river has overflowed its banks, causing minor flooding. No road closures so far. According to emergency service officials, the Neuse currently near 15 feet. State Representative Carolyn Russell says juvenile crime is going up at an alarming rate in the state while overall crime is going down. The Goldsboro legislator says it's alarming to see the terrible things kids are doing at a younger and younger age. Russell said the legislature is talking about what to do with 10 and 11-year-old juvenile offenders when it used to be 12 and 13-year-olds. She said the state's juvenile laws must be reformed, and she hopes that will be done in this year's session. The Federal Emergency Management Agency has approved emergency food and shelter grants totaling $143,000 for Wayne and surrounding counties to help with local efforts to eliminate hunger and homelessness. The grants were announced as part of a $2 million award to the state of North Carolina. Statistics released by the state of North Carolina indicate current enrollment in Wayne County preschools and daycares is higher than ever. Census Bureau statisticians say the growth of organized facilities have went up 30% since last October. Statistics show the reason: the increasing need for both parents to be employed in order to support the home. There are some kids who still stay at home. According to officials, 22% of those children are cared for by an in-home babysitter. 48% are watched by relatives. While the parents are at work, 20% of children aged 5 and up are reportedly cared for by the father. The increasing use of cell phones in motor vehicles is causing concern among area law enforcement officers and some legislators. A recent study indicates that using phones while driving quadruples the risk of having an accident. Highway patrol officials and Wayne County Sheriff Kerry Winters say it's a sign of the times in a more mobile society and urge telephoning motorists to use greater caution. Goldsboro Police Chief Chester Hill says he's sure that a high percentage of accidents can be directly traced to cell phone use, although he does not have the statistics to back it up. State Representative Carolyn Russell and Senator John Carr of Goldsboro say they'd like to see some statistics, and it may be something the legislature needs to look at. All agree that cell phone laws would nearly be impossible to enforce. That's a look at local news. I'm Thomas Vick on 1150 WGBR.
Plenty of soggy weather remains in the forecast. A flash flood watch remains in effect till about 7 o'clock this evening. Occasional showers over the course of the afternoon, possibly a thunderstorm Highs ranging to the 50s to around 60 degrees. Scattered showers and thunderstorms into tonight. Low in the upper 40s to low 50s. Cloudy with the rain tapering off gradually tomorrow. May see a few snowflakes mixed in there as it ends, with highs in the low to mid 50s. I'm meteorologist Chris Thompson in the Weather Center.
Welcome back to the Rush Limbaugh radio program. I'm Tony Snow, filling in for Rush. He returns on Monday, and I'm joined by House Judiciary Committee Chairman Henry Hyde. Chairman Hyde, I cut you off when you were just giving an answer about how constituents are responding to this. I'd like you to pick up that thought.
Well, I think interest is there. It's not all-consuming as it is in Washington, which is, after all, the biggest company town in America. But people are you can't avoid it. You can't escape it because it's on the air. It's on the television screens, and it's in the press. So interest is picking up, but I don't think it's reached the fever pitch that it has in Washington.
Did you see the president's interview with Jim Lehrer on the NewsHour?
Yes, I did.
When you watched that, what did you think? What was your instinctive reaction?
Well, I thought he was very careful. He was following a legal script. He didn't seem relaxed and at ease and free and easy. I think he was watching everything he said very carefully. And the general impression was one of equivocation, I thought. It was very well done. The president is masterful. But I don't think he accomplished his purpose at all.
Will you be shocked if when the next public opinion polls are released, he is as high as he was before this broke?
I would be shocked, yes, definitely.
Now, one of the other things, a lot of people around the country, you're throwing a little cold water on people who say, you know, this is it. We got him, we're going to take him down. You've been in this town a long time. You've seen what happens with crises like this. Should anybody in America wish for a president to be impeached?
Well, I don't think so. I think we're in the midst of very important negotiations with Saddam Hussein that could mean war or peace. There is a very volatile situation in the Balkans with Bosnia and Serbia and Croatia and all the rest. The problems in North Korea, the problems in the Middle East of Palestinians, the Israelis. We've got problems all over the globe, and our stature, our moral standing, is being eroded. We're becoming a laughing stock. So I think any more of this is not helpful to the country. Now, politically, we Republicans, of course, are not happy with Clinton as president. I think I certainly am not happy with his presidency. But you have to follow the Constitution and try to be judicious about penalizing people, especially if the ultimate penalty is removal from office. So we may well have to do this. I'm not saying that it can't happen or won't happen, but I would like people to understand that what a major undertaking it is and what certain things have to be in place. Tony, when Nixon was brought before the House Judiciary Committee when Pete Rodino was chairman, it was a vastly different landscape. Nixon had been named as an unindicted co-conspirator. Two attorneys generals had been convicted, John Mitchell and Richard Kleindienst. Gray, the head of the FBI, had resigned and I guess was indicted.
So what you're saying is this ain't Watergate?
No, it's not nearly Watergate. It's an embarrassment. It's disgraceful. But again, we're dealing with charges, with allegations, and people are innocent until proven guilty, and we have to accord that to the president, however politically uncomfortable we are doing that.
Politically speaking, the president has to give the State of the Union address next week. A lot of people have talked about how masterfully he has trotted out a fairly ambitious and expensive agenda. Does this story kill all of that?
It affects it. It taints it. He was on top of the hill with his new proposals on health care and environment and education, and he had a program a day designed to appeal to a special interest a day, and we were just sitting there reacting to it. All of that now is overshadowed by the emotional elements of these charges. I suspect on Tuesday, when he gives his State of the Union speech, that he will mention these charges, talk about them in a limited fashion, and then move on, and then give us a rather comprehensive, his usual overlong speech on all these other issues.
What could he possibly say, either to silence the audience or make people jump up and applaud when it comes to this case?
Well, if he is able to continue to deny everything, say he is the victim of a smear, a calculated smear by some people who are aberrational, then he'll have to say that as strongly as he can. It will be fascinating to watch the reaction of the audience, the Democrats especially. Will they leap to their feet with hysterical hand clapping every 30 seconds like they've done in the past, or will they be much more passive? I think that's going to be a fascinating exercise.
Well, when people talk about a smear campaign, a lot of times they talk about Ken Starr. You know Ken Starr. Is he a political hack?
Ken Starr is a fine lawyer, a man of consummate integrity.
So do you think that, one of the charges that has been leveled in recent days, actually today, by William Ginsburg, Monica Lewinsky's lawyer, is that he took this poor girl, stuck her in a room for 8 or 9 hours without the presence of an attorney. He's been trying to strong-arm her and her family. Would that be inappropriate behavior?
Well, yes, I think if they did put someone in a room, a young woman like that who's not a lawyer, without legal counsel, questioning her, and if she is a subject matter or a target, and possibly to be charged with criminal violations, I think that is wrong. I don't necessarily accept Mr. Ginsburg's characterization of what has happened. On the other hand, Ken Starr has got a formidable mountain to climb, and I don't blame him for trying to interrogate witnesses and find as much as he can and do it vigorously. But there is a line where it becomes unfair, and I just don't know what the real facts are. We know what Mr. Ginsburg said.
Let's play the scenario game. Let us suppose the president steadfastly maintains his innocence. Vernon Jordan steadfastly maintains his innocence. Monica Lewinsky has a signed deposition in which she says she never had any kind of untoward affair with the president. There is no way anybody can get beyond that, is there?
I don't think so, unless there are other factors. It seems that some of these prosecutors or independent counsel people are trying to build a pattern of practice case by lining up 3, 4, 5 women who have a similar story. But that might work in a criminal case or a civil case. I don't think it would seduce a lot of Democrats to vote to impeach the president.
On the other hand, it probably would persuade a lot of Democrats to keep maximum distance, would it not?
Yes, I think you would see a coldness and a distancing, and all of this would be very unhelpful to Mr. Gore and to the party. And I think Bill Clinton would become a lame duck very quickly and lose whatever influence he has. The problem is we need influence around the world in matters of war and peace and world trade and things like that. And his diminished stature is hurts the whole country.
Well, I'm not sure what you're saying. It sounds like you're saying don't push him or find a resolution and replace him. Which is it?
Oh, I would like to, I think if the evidence is there, Tony, we have to go forward and impeach him. If the evidence is there. But I underscore if. I don't think we should plunge forward without some proof that's credible, that is believable, and that a large number of Democrats will join in saying that this cannot continue and he has to go. Absent that, it will be a political fiesta. Republicans will be criticized for politicizing and damaging the welfare of the country, the stability of the country, maybe our economy and what have you. And that's the last thing we want to do. We Republicans have to adopt a posture of sitting back and letting events develop. They're developing, every day without our help. And but when we reach that critical point where high crimes and misdemeanors are provable by credible evidence, then it's our duty to go forward, and I will.
Finally, you talked before about Republicans being back on their heels and being passive. What should Republicans do in the days ahead? Put this aside for a second. Political question. How active should the party be in trying to set an agenda?
Well, I think we need an agenda that's not on this subject. We have to have an agenda. We have to have programs for education and defense and foreign policy. We can't win the next elections by just being negative and being beginners. So I assume that our deep thinkers have been working very hard on coming up with programs that Senator Lott and Newt Gingrich can advance once we come back next week. So I think we should be active there. But I think on this, the question of the charges against President Clinton, we're better off stepping back and letting nature take its course. The independent counsel is there, is very competent, has all the resources he needs to develop this, and once there's enough substance there, then Congress can jump in and do its duty.
Final question, Henry Hyde. Is it frustrating to you that even when Bill Clinton's back on his heels, he's still setting the agenda?
Well, I think that's the fact of life. We have one chief executive. He's the president, and he has been a remarkable figure in that nobody seems to care too much about the character issues from the day he was first elected, or even from his campaign forward. But the cumulative effect of all of these charges, and they seem to come out every day, has got to weigh him down. And I think he will be of diminished effectiveness. This could be Mr. Gephardt's opportunity, but we shall see what we shall see.
Okay, Henry Hyde, Chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, thank you so much for taking the time out to join us.
Thank you, Tony.
And folks, we will be back with your calls right after this break.
You're listening to the EIB Network. You're smart, right? You want fast, accurate trades and seriously low commissions. That's Ameritrade. Internet trade for $8, touchtone trade for $12, or trade by broker for just $18. Check out Ameritrade.com or call 1-800-403-3399. Open an account by April 15th and get a free IRA for life. Call 1-800-403-3399 or go to Ameritrade.com. Ameritrade, the way to trade, period.
Member NESDS IPC, $2,000 minimum equity required to open your account.
If the itching, flaking, and scaling from psoriasis or dandruff has you searching for relief, try MG217.
Recommended by dermatologists, MG217 products are formulated for maximum